Get to some headlines from across the state of Texas. This is coming from our friend Corey Hogue on TexasFootball.com. It's actually late breaking news. And that is that UTRGV, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, has announced its intention to leave the WAC on July 1st this year and join the Southland Conference. Now, from a football perspective, this doesn't really have a whole lot of impact. Oh, it does and it doesn't, in the sense that UTRGV, you may note, has not played a football game. They are presently not playing football. They will start playing football in 2025, and they will do so as part of the Southland Conference. They were a part of the WAC. They've been playing other sports there, basketball, all sorts of stuff there. They estimate that the total round-trip mileage will be saving nearly 13,000 miles.
Holy cow.
Overall.
Wow.
When you go from moving from the WAC to the Southland, they will be playing much more locally. And so the UTRGV, when they launch football in 2025, will play as part of the Southland Conference.
I mean, yeah, just think about how much, honestly, how much gas that's saving. Say gas is $2 a gallon. Yeah. I mean, that's $26,000 in gas alone, you know?
Absolutely.
That's insane.
So the Vaqueros will be members of the Southland Conference when they start playing football in 2025. There's other news from across the state of Texas. A lot of it in the high school ranks. We're going to kind of dive into the high school ranks. There's two particular roster moves that I want to talk about a little bit. Mallory Hartley's walking in. Hi, Mallory. Gang,
Hi.
gang.
Yeet.
I got equipment.
She's got equipment. Let's talk about Denton Geyer. Denton Geyer is getting an Oklahoma commit at quarterback moving to Geyer. Kevin Sperry, the 6'1", 200-pound Oklahoma commit, announced that on social media he is moving back to Texas to play at Denton Geyer. Now, you may remember, this is a name from the past. He played at Prosper Rock Hill his sophomore year in 2022, after which he moved to Oklahoma, played at Carl Albert, which I believe is in Oklahoma City.
I do not know that. I'm not even going to front like I know that. There's no way to figure this out.
Midwest City. It's in Midwest City, Oklahoma. And Midwest City, Oklahoma, many people are saying, is a suburb of Oklahoma City. So I'm gonna take a partial win there.
Is that really in the Midwest, though?
It's
That's kind of dumb.
Anyway, I didn't come up with the name of the town in Oklahoma, Pickle. All that's to say, he moved there through 2,500 yards and 31 touchdowns. He is now moving back to 2024, or for 2024, and will play at Denton Geyer. Now, all transfers are subject to UIL approval. With that said, generally speaking, unless there is locked and loaded proof that he's moving for athletic purposes, moving from out of state means that it's usually just kind of waved through. So I would not anticipate this to be a problem. Kevin Sperry, the 4-star prospect, the Oklahoma commit, will be playing at Denton Geyer next year. Speaking of 4-stars, wide receiver Quanell X. Farrakhan Jr. announced on social media that he has enrolled at Galena Park North Shore. He has moved around a little bit. He played at the Woodlands in 2023, caught 52 passes for 820 yards and 12 touchdowns. He's got 20 scholarship offers. He is I believe he played somewhere prior to the Woodlands as well.
Okay.
Quanell X. Farrakhan did. And so he is now going to be transferring to Galena Park North Shore, where he is enrolled. The number 42 prospect in the 2025 DCTF Rising Hot 100, transferring from the Woodlands to Galena Park North Shore. All right. Some coaching changes from across the state. Mm-hmm. Let's start with a pretty high-profile name, Cameron Yo, a program that is no stranger to the big stage. Has made a change. Rick Rhodes announced his retirement. You may remember Rick Rhodes was the coach, left, came back to be the coach. He's now retired after a second stint with the Yeomen. They have hired, Cameron Yo has hired DeSoto defensive coordinator Aaron Babino to be their next athletic director and head football coach.
Very good hire.
Very good hire. Obviously, did great work at DeSoto. That goes without saying. Babino is also known for his time as the at University of Texas, where he played from 1996 to 1999. He's also been an assistant at Pflugerville, Conley, Marshall, and Tyler Lee. Now Tyler Legacy. The Port Arthur product is going to be the new head coach at Cameron Yo. Aaron Babino is the next head coach at Cameron Yo. Kirbyville has made a hire. They've hired Dangerfield offensive coordinator Seth Hubbard to be their next head coach. Takes over for Trey Allen, who left to go take over at Navasota. So it went. Let me make sure that it went Dangerfield to Navasota. No, it went Kirbyville to Navasota, and now Dangerfield offensive coordinator Seth Hubbard to Kirbyville, if that makes sense.
Yes.
He has spent the last 3 years as the offensive coordinator there at Dangerfield, and his father, you may remember, Donald Hubbard, was an 18-year veteran head coach there as well. Brazowood has made a hire. This one kind of coming a little bit out of left field. Eric Luster from North Forney is leaving to become the next head coach at Brazowood. Joe Dale Carey, you may remember, Joe Dale Carey left Brazowood to go be the head coach, follow me on this, at Tomball Memorial.
No, I remember this one.
And now Eric Luster is going to leave North Forney and take over at Brazowood. This is they went 9-3 and won a playoff game last year in 2023. He was also the head coach for 3 years at Corpus Christi West Oso. He is a guy who has been around the block a little bit, but Eric Luster, the new head coach at Brazowood. How about a state championship, champion team hiring a head coach? Timpson has hired a head coach, kind of.
Yeah.
You may remember they won a state championship last year. Kerry Thurwanger retired afterwards, and they have officially promoted Patrick Gandy, their defensive coordinator, to be their next athletic director and head coach. He was, from what we understand, Kerry Thurwanger announced his retirement in January. Patrick Gandy was serving as like the interim.
Yes.
And they've just been like, yep, you're the guy, and file that under if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Things are going pretty well at Timpson, and Patrick Gandy will be the next head coach of the reigning 2A Division I state champion Timpson Bears. Corpus Christi Flower Bluff has promoted their defensive coordinator, Clint Elwood, to be their next athletic director.
I like that one
and
a lot.
Head coach. This was really interesting. Chris Steinbruck was named the district superintendent. He said he's back in October. He was the interim superintendent. He said, okay, I'll finish out the year, but then I'm going to need to move out, and I can't be head coach. Flower Bluff's a pretty big school.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be superintendent and head football coach. That might work in like 6-man.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That doesn't work in a program like that.
No.
This was,
and especially not superintendent.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try and say like principal, maybe superintendent, that's way too much.
Steinbruck was named the lone finalist for the superintendent job. Great. That opens up the job. This was not a big surprise. Clint Elwood was the longtime assistant coach there under Coach Chris Steinbruck, and they made it permanent that he will be the next head coach. It was more or less kind of a formality, but the next head coach there at Corpus Christi Flower Bluff will be Clint Elwood. That's on TexasFootball.com. The Pampa has come open in an interesting move. Pampa is in search of a coach, as Cody Robinson is leaving to be an assistant coach at Gilmer. This is reported by our friend Cale Steed at Press Pass Sports, but Pampa athletic director and head football coach Cody Robinson announced he's resigning to become an assistant coach on the defending 4A Division II state champion Gilmer Buckeyes. Robinson is an East Texas guy. He's from East Texas originally, but he spent the last few years there in West Texas. There at Pampa. He will be returning to East Texas now, as he is joining the staff there for Alan Metzel at Gilmer. Leaves open a big job there in the Panhandle, as Pampa is now open. Finally, Marlin. Bit of a revolving door down there. But Jeff Rogers, the defensive coordinator, has been promoted to be the next head football coach. Ruben Torres left after 3 seasons to go be the offensive coordinator at Naaman Forest in Garland. And they have now a new head coach in Jeff Rogers, the former defensive coordinator, getting the promotion. That is all the news that's fit to print. You can find all of it at TexasFootball.com.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.